out there, everybody? It's your bearded brothers, and we are back yet again with yet another sports podcast. I am, of course, your bearded brother, Matt. That is the channel mascot, Loki. And behind him would be...
Just the handler. I'm not important.
There you go. And we're here to talk some more about sports. And sport things and a lot of football. A lot of football. Tomorrow, I don't know that this will be up in time, but as we are recording, it is Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. It will be American Thanksgiving. Not that I think we have a lot of Canadian viewers, but you know.
No idea. They have Boxer, right? It's Boxer Day, right? Or is that Australia?
I don't know. They do have a Canadian Thanksgiving.
I forget.
I know that. But no, it is American Thanksgiving. So we are going to gorge ourselves tomorrow. So we are recording this a day before we normally would. There will not be NHL power rankings, but everything else should be here.
Okay.
So let's start with
good,
a report that I heard. That is odd. And that is that the Raiders management team and ownership team have no effing clue what's going on.
I'm not shocked.
I know you said that, but I feel like this should be reported because apparently... So, Chip Kelly has been fired after they spent some, like, $4.6 million or something to get him away from Ohio State to become their offensive coordinator. And apparently it was because Tom Brady wanted him.
I mean, I'm not shocked by that.
Two of the coaches on the staff are Pete Carroll's sons.
I'm also not shocked for that. That's blatant nepotism. It's pretty common.
Which is a huge problem in the NFL. And then the reason
Heck, it happens in college sports.
The reason why apparently the Raiders went after Geno Smith had nothing to do with Pete Carroll. It had everything to do with Tom Brady liking Geno Smith more than Sam Darnold.
Bet you wish you could take that back now.
I mean, this is a guy who cloned his dog, so...
Yeah, I heard about that, and I read the report and went, okay, that's not exactly what happened, but okay.
I mean, they cloned a sheep. Ages and ages
Yeah,
and ages
but
ago.
this isn't what happened in this case. It's not the same.
I know, but...
If you look into it, there is actually a different nuance. It's technically a different dog that has a lot of the same DNA. It's basically bred, but like in a more advanced way to have more of the genes of the original dog, but it's still not the same dog.
It's almost like cloning. It's still very weird, and it's still something that only rich people would do.
Yes. That part's true.
So
also, why? Why would you want this?
Yeah, why?
Why would you want to do that? Like, you do realize the dog's not going to have any of the same memories or anything.
No, you're not downloading the memories into a computer and then giving the dog back its memories.
It's not like you're giving... Yeah, exactly. It's not the same dog. Even genetically, even if it was the same dog, it still won't be the same dog.
Ah! No.
It feels like a lot of money just to have almost the same dog.
Furthermore, in and amongst the firings, the Giants have fired defensive coordinator Shane Bowen.
I mean, deserves, honestly.
Yeah, deserved.
The amount of games they've blown at the last minute because of that defense.
Totally saw that coming.
Yeah.
Not even going to apologize.
No.
And the Patriots have placed their offensive tackle they got in the draft on IR. He's going to miss at least 4 weeks. Presumably they're going to the playoffs, so he should be back in time for the playoffs.
Yes, presumably.
On the other side, Joe Burrow is a full participant and is expected to start Thursday. Tomorrow.
I was going to say he's fully healthy is what I've heard.
CJ Stroud has been listed as a full participant, and he may start for them this week. Baker Mayfield is currently listed as a non-participant in practice because he has a severely strained AC joint. Which, if you may remember, is the thing that took out Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
However, their running back is Bucky Irving is a full participant in practice and will most likely be back. Also, who was it? The
Stop.
I don't remember his name now. From the Chargers drafted him out of North Carolina. Hampton? Was that his name? Omarion Hampton.
Omarion Hampton. Yeah.
They have officially entered him into his 21-day window to return.
Shocker.
Yeah, they need him back. Not much you can say about that. I think those are the big ones I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, and the Vikings have entered J.J. McCarthy into concussion protocol. Don't know which one it was. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, all I'm going to say is at least this week he was accurate, and most of the things that went wrong are not totally on him.
I mean, that's true.
That we'll get to that game when we get to that game, because otherwise I'm going to get mad prematurely. Do you have anything that's come out this week that you want to talk about?
No, I'm only sidetracked because I forgot to set up my lineup for this week, and I'm doing that right now. Also, because Joe Burrow is my quarterback, I immediately went, "Oh, that's right, he's out of injury. I gotta start him, start him."
I'm glad he's back, and I'm glad Chase is off being suspended after spitting at people.
Yes.
Apparently,
I don't know how the refs missed that the first time. Not gonna lie to you.
Apparently, though, after was it Monday night? Was it the Monday night? Yeah, Trevon Moehrig is suspended for a game after punching one of the 49ers. I believe it was Jawan Jennings. I think he hit him in the nuts.
Yeah, it was Jawan Jennings. Yeah.
After the game was over in the fourth quarter, I believe he smacked him right in the balls.
He basically cup checked him. Yeah.
Cup checked him. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Mad.
Mad
because bad.
God. You got blown out. You got stomped on by the Niners. Just take it and go. You've had a better season than anybody expected. You were competing for the NFC South, okay? Just you.
Pretty much.
What are
you gonna do?
J.C. Horn went into concussion protocol.
Yeah, halfway through the game, after getting 2 interceptions.
Yes. Oh my God. I was like, Brock, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
That was like the first half of the game was, oh look, there's an interception. Oh look, there's an interception.
To be fair, that sometimes does happen to quarterbacks after they come back and have to knock the rust off.
Brock, though. I was both sides. Look, it's an interception. True, yeah. Look, it's a fumble. Look, it's an interception. Look, it's a fumble. And it's another interception. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's true.
It was very weird.
It was.
Yeah, I got nothing else major going on that I can think of. No other coach firings yet.
Not yet.
Yet being the key word in that sentence.
What are you doing?
So let's get into week 11. And let's talk about this because...
Come on.
Or week 12, pardon. And let's start with Thursday night, which we talked about it on Friday because that's when we recorded.
Yes.
This game had already happened, and we were very ready to unload.
I mean...
Bills at Texans. I think somewhere Josh Allen just got sacked again by the Texans defense.
There's some of that. I also think just in general, the Bills played bad. I mean, Josh Allen did himself play terrible, but 2 interceptions with no touchdowns is bad for Josh Allen, despite 70% completion rate.
It's the same thing. It looks very similar, with a lot more yardage, to the stat line that JJ put up.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah. And I think this just proves my point from last week, though, that I talked about, and I wrote it knowing that in some ways, which is the Bills are not a good team unless Josh Allen is having a game.
You're
If he's
absolutely
not
right.
having a game, that team is bad.
100%.
No one else can lift it up, and I think that's a problem.
That is a huge problem. You're putting everything on the quarterback and on
Yeah,
Josh Allen, and you can't do that. That
I mean,
you
even their
gotta have.
defense isn't good. They just have to outscore everyone because their defense is kind of bad.
Yeah, if you at least had a defense that could stop people, you could balance this out a little more. But you don't have that. You got
Yeah,
nothing.
like honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sean McDermott, if I remember right, is supposed to be a defensive guy. Uh
I don't see it.
like I'm not seeing it. I like at a certain point you have to call it for what it is. Maybe this is what he gets him fired. Like I get that they've been so close so many times, but like at some point you have to look at that defense and go, bruh, this is what you're supposed to be good at.
Look, if they don't make it this season, he needs to be fired because
Yeah.
this would be the prime year to do it.
This is the best year.
Down,
The Chiefs are not playing as
the
well.
Chiefs are
The
down,
Ravens had a really slow start.
and
The Steelers are mediocre.
had
The
Burrow
Bengals
get hurt
lost
right
Joe Burrow
away.
for most of the. Yeah, I was gonna say like
And
the AFC is wide open
out,
outside of the Patriots. Yeah,
and they came out of nowhere,
yeah.
But
And even then, I think arguably like the only reason they take top dog spot is because no one else is.
exactly, nobody else wants it. It's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I
I mean, even the Colts have been slipping the last couple of games.
Yep.
So we'll get to that as well.
get there as well.
Perennial.
Couple of those this
And
week.
it's not even Daniel Jones in that case. But anyways, we'll get there.
No, there
when
were
we
a
get there.
couple of those. There were a couple of those this week, though.
Yes, there was. There was a couple of those.
A New York team pulled it off like that.
Mm-hmm.
A team that wears green pulled it off.
That was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was funny, and the best part is I picked them to lose. I was the guy
Yeah?
that went, no,
I mean,
I think they're
I
going to lose
didn't-
that one.
I didn't see it coming. To be fair, because the other team is also known for choking.
They are,
so
they are, but they didn't. This time they had a comeback.
yeah,
Oh, goodness gracious.
mostly off of one receiver. Again, weirdly enough. We'll get there.
He's either really good or invisible.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I think he's had 2 weeks in a row now where he's actually played really well, despite everything. Maybe he's getting better. I don't know.
But yeah, the Bills lose to the Texans 23-19. General Mills leads his troops to another victory. It is funny because there is a guy whose name, and I've mentioned this in other podcasts, Louisiana Monroe Warhawks General Booty.
Yeah, I still like General Mills.
Yeah, General Mills, because it's the cereal company. All right, let's talk about a rivalry game that went awry.
Which one?
The one that was played in the frozen tundras.
Which one?
Historic Lambeau Field.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
You're out of here. You bit me. Get out of here. Get out of here. You bit me.
Hard or just
Yeah,
kind of
screw you
like,
too,
hey,
bud.
I'm here, bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was leaving him to scratch to let him scratch using my thumb, but he didn't like that enough, so he bit me. It wasn't super hard, but it was enough where it's just like, no, screw you. You can't do that. He knows better.
He does. So yeah, the Vikings go to Lambeau and leave with a cheese wedge stuck up their butt.
Field goal. Field goal.
And that was it. Now, the reason why I said I was happy he was accurate is he was 12 of 19, that's a decent stat.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was for all of 78 yards. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. One of which I can deliberately and definitively say, not on him. He's throwing the ball and getting hit at the same time, like they're hitting his arm.
Yeah, that one was definitely
came
not
out
on him.
funky. Yeah, no, that one's not on him. We lost Darisaw halfway through the game to something. I don't know what. I don't know if he got
No one does.
They just stopped playing him. And
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about it. I don't know if he got.
Like I said, this team is just so dysfunctional when it comes to injuries.
This team is dysfunctional, period, right now. Early on in
Well,
the
I know, but
game,
I
there
think a
were a
lot of it
couple
is
of.
injuries, you know.
So somebody showed all 7 of his major misses or things where he made the wrong decision. And a couple of them were times where he barely escaped
Yep.
the end zone and getting a
Having a
safety, but there were
Yep, yep.
open receivers that he could have hit first that he just wasn't
Potentially,
looking
yeah.
at.
He didn't see him for whatever reason, yeah.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Those are the ones that I think are to me really bad. But
Those
one
can
of
be, but
them,
it doesn't help. A couple of them I saw were bricks for hands.
oh, there were bricks for hands. There was Ryan Kelly got put on his ass.
Yep, I saw that one.
That was
Yep,
terrible.
yep.
There was little to no running game. There were a couple of big runs early on. Literally, what happened to me, I watched it happen. Early on, they muffed a punt,
Yes.
and after they muffed that punt, like the whole team just gave up.
I, to be fair, the next punt afterward didn't really help that either.
No, no, that entire special teams needs to get on a bus and keep driving until they hit a coast and just drive the bus into the water.
Make sure the coach is in it with them.
Please. It's terrible.
I
You're
don't know. I
terrible.
still don't know how I haven't heard that coach get fired. I'm
I
honestly
have
shocked.
no idea. They're probably gonna
The
do a
special teams has been ass this year.
yeah. They're gonna have to clean that out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Yes. Hi, Loki.
the Packers sacked the shit out of McCarthy. Micah Parsons, who's been held sackless for a couple of weeks in a row, had 2 on McCarthy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a
I'm telling you, since yesterday, or since last week, like I legitimately think that like while JJ has had issues, I think this team in general has had a
I
lot of
agree. Well,
problems.
I don't know what it is this season. And here's what upsets me the most about it. Because I don't think I was able to. I think I may have texted you about this, but I don't know how much of it you read. Um,
Uh, I glazed over it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
the Vikings spent the second most
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
money in free agency this last year.
Mm-hmm.
The only team that spent more than them is currently 10-2.
Yep.
It's the New England Patriots.
Yep.
So the Vikings thought they were close, spent the most money, the second most money, the most money in the NFC, and they're at the bottom of the NFC North. They're looking at a top 10 draft pick.
I mean, to be fair, in the offseason, we all can agree that those seemed like the right moves at the right time
I'm not
because
saying that
it
they
did seem
didn't.
like all they really needed was offensive linemen. Give your rookie some time so he's not getting constantly pressured or sacked. The problem is most of those guys you paid money to have been fucking injured.
Or have been
Like,
ass when they have played.
or haven't been as good as what you were as they were in previous
Yeah,
seasons.
Ryan Kelly, all pro center, has definitely not looked it, and he's been injured a lot.
Has been injured a lot. Yep.
Freeze, he's been decent. He hasn't lived up to the billing I thought he was going to get.
Yeah.
Okay. And the rookie Jackson. Okay, he's a rookie.
I was gonna say he doesn't look bad for a rookie. He looks adequate.
He looks adequate. I want to see him
again.
grow.
Rookie, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what the next couple of seasons. But he's been
and
like
you didn't have you lost O'Neal for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you lost O'Neal for a couple weeks.
You didn't have the other one for a couple of weeks, and then he went out this game, and we're still trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it just feels like.
And the defense can only do so much, and then they get tired and are just like, you know what? If the offense isn't going to try, why should we?
Yeah, after a while, it's just like, fuck this.
And there's only so much that Flores can do with that, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that's hard because I'm like watching JJ, Jetta. We'll go with that one so it makes it easier. I've been watching him play, and it's just like even he doesn't feel like he's playing as well as he typically does, even
No,
when he
he does
does it.
not.
Like
Now,
there are just certain moments where I'm just like, man, that doesn't look like you normally. Like it just now is that because you're just not hitting the timing with your quarterback? Is it because you're getting frustrated with the quarterback and so you're having a harder time really putting your all out there? I don't know, but I can say that it's looking rough, to
it
be
looks
blunt.
very rough. I'd like to see if we plan to keep McCarthy, and I think we should for at least one more season to see
Yeah,
what he's
I mean you
got.
got to give him at least one
Got
more
to give him
real
at
off
least one
season.
more the next offseason. And then if he doesn't show any improvement at the beginning of next season, then maybe you start shopping for your next quarterback.
Or potentially grab one in the draft again. I mean, you're
We
gonna have
see
top 10. You might as
we see
well,
how well
right?
that works out. Maybe you might want to look for a veteran. Point
I
is,
don't know who's gonna be available yet. You do want.
I don't know. But point is, we might be able to trade for someone at that point. Who knows?
Maybe
Um,
trade the
point
pick
is,
to somebody that you actually want. Maybe, yeah.
yeah. Point of all that is, um, Jettas and Aaron Jones and a few of the other veterans in the locker
Honestly, we
room.
should use that top 10 for a running back because
Yes,
I hate to be that guy, but Jones is very clearly showing his age this year.
yes, and that's why I was going to. They came out in support of McCarthy, and they said, hey, he's very young. This is literally like his rookie season, and he even missed part of this with another injury. Give him a break.
Which I mean, I get, but at the same time, like I can understand fans on the other hand being frustrated watching it because, especially when you hear people be like, "Oh, he's so smart. He looks great in practice." Well, at some point, you have to translate practice into actual play.
Exactly. You have to translate it onto the field. And
Yeah.
they say he's got all the tools. Like he understands. Like I think it was O'Connell who said he's the best pre-snap reader that I've ever seen. Yeah, but then the snap happens, and
Now,
whatever.
granted, is that somewhat partially on our line where he's having to scramble out? Yeah, that he has been having a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I hate to be that guy. I've seen him stand in the pocket like a statue waiting for open receivers, and I'm going, bro, even I can see these open receivers.
Yes, and then so you want him to
Like I
dump it.
think I'm
Those are
wondering if he's
times when
just
you
literally
want him to.
getting.
Those are times
I'm
when you want him to
wondering.
dump it.
I'm wondering if he's just getting shelled. Like I mean that as in not like PTSD, but I mean as in like quite literally shell defenses. I'm wondering if, because that's what they make it look like it's one thing, but it's actually a different defense, right? I'm wondering if he's so good at pre-snap that he's looking at it going, oh, I can tell what this defense is, and then all of a sudden it swaps on him and he goes, fuck, I don't know what's happening. I'm in the middle of a play, and
That could
and
be.
then he
The
panics.
problem is there are times you want him to dump it down, and he tries to go over the top. And then there's times you definitely want him to go
You want him to go
longer,
over the top, and then he dumps
and
it.
he dumps
Yeah,
it down.
yeah.
3rd and 19, you're gonna hit a little 4-yard pass to a tight end. What the fuck is wrong with
Congratulations.
you?
Yeah, I saw that. I immediately went,
Especially like if you
bro, at
looked
least
at
go
it,
past the
he
sticks.
he had 2 guys down there that he could have hit.
Well, I was gonna say at least they were past the
There was at
sticks at
least
bare
one
minimum, yeah.
there. There was one pass he had where they pulled a safety actually up, and there was a guy
Yeah.
that was hitting a slant. I think it was Addison that he could have hit. That was a touchdown.
Yeah.
And
I think,
what I don't know.
like I said, I mean, we do know that, like, so for those who don't know, shocker, he is in concussion protocol. We know that he got a concussion at some point in the game. As to when it happened, hard to say. You could argue that it affected some of his play. It's possible, but patterns, we're good at recognizing patterns as humans. And the pattern tells me there's something off about the offense, and he's either having a hard time reading the defense or he's having a hard time figuring out his receivers and what they're doing. Maybe there's a lot of plays in the playbook where the receivers can choose the route based upon what they like, and he doesn't recognize when they're doing some of those cuts because you know how some receivers will have multiple passes they can take.
Yeah,
Maybe he's not anticipating which receiver is going to
they're
cut
not on the
when,
same
and then
page,
it's
and
too late.
I
Yeah,
could totally see that. Now,
So maybe there's some of that. I just don't
now
know.
the question before we
Dude,
move
yes,
on.
I get it. You're mad that I'm not giving you attention. Shut up.
Now that we're let's talk about something real quick here, and I just want to bring it up. What happens this week if they go to Seattle and Brosmer comes out and just nails it?
Okay, first we have to be honest. The odds are unlikely.
The odds are highly
But
unlikely.
but if it does happen, then you have to argue for a QB battle has now started.
That's
At that
fair.
point, like I wouldn't argue that he's won the starting
No,
job off of
but
one
then
game,
you
but I'd
like
argue
is he,
that there
so
would
if
be a
JJ has a
QB
couple of
battle,
weeks where
and
he's
that would also allow you to
like
not have to
CJ,
draft a quarterback too, right? So
yeah, like CJ, right? That
yeah,
would mean maybe JJ has a couple of weeks where he's not in the lineup because of this. If Brosmer does well, all of them, now you've got a significant, like, oh, we've got a battle.
yeah, I
Now,
think there
the
might all
odds of that are.
now. Granted, equally, if he just a lot of people. So I'll say this: a lot of fans have been heavily that are Vikings fans have been heavily criticizing JJ, which is fair. I mean, I think they take it too far in some cases, but I think in general it's fair. But if Brosmer sucks, just absolutely
It just
tanks,
shits the bed.
all those fans will be like, oh, "Okay, I get it. Put JJ back in. I get it. Never mind."
Oh, 100%. I'll be right there with them. I'll be just as critical of Brosmer as I was of JJ. But Brosmer also, the thing that I think will save him from some of the criticism, he was a UDFA. We didn't spend a
Yeah,
single piece of draft capital on him.
a lot of people, the amount of people that I saw, I've been like, "Oh boy, we're gonna kind of Brock Purdy. This is Brock Purdy moment." I'm like, Brock Purdy was at least picked in the draft. Let's hold off on that,
Yeah.
guys.
He was an irrelevant pick, but he
But he
was
was
a
picked.
pick.
Like, oh, let's take,
But
let's
pump the
slow
brakes,
roll it,
buddy. Pump the
pump the
brakes.
race. This isn't Tony Romo. We gotta
Tony Romo
hold,
was also drafted,
hold.
I think.
Uh, was he? I know that the Cowboys. I thought they had one guy that was undrafted that ended up becoming starter.
The
I
only
could have sworn.
guy that I know of outright that was a UDFA who didn't get drafted that became a starter is Warren Moon. Because I think he was playing in Canada.
I thought there was one that was for the Cowboys originally
I
at
don't
some point.
know. Maybe. Romo I thought was drafted in like the 5th or 6th round.
Signed with the Cowboys as an undrafted free agent in
Oh,
2003. Tony
did.
Romo.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
There you go. I thought he was like a 6th rounder.
yeah. No, Tony Romo did in fact go undrafted. So I mean,
So did Warren Moon.
again, we
But
don't know if he's Tony. We don't know if he's Tony Romo. Let's just take a chill pill. Let's take a chill pill.
I don't think he's going to be Tony Romo. I don't think we're going to
No.
get that lucky. No.
Honestly, I don't think so. Would it be crazy to see him somehow win this game against Seattle? Absolutely. I just think the odds, especially with that running back room, is going to be really difficult, especially against that Seattle
Oh,
defense.
absolutely. And that
So,
friggin' Jackson Smith and Jigba, too.
I was gonna say in general, their offense is tough as hell.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think our defense can do a good job at challenging them. But it's really going to come down to can our offense keep up at all? And I just don't think they can. So.
All right. But we'll see. I have zero hopes for this game.
I'm going into it blind. I'm mostly just going. I'm honestly going into it going. I mean, at least we'll get to see what Brosmer can do.
I'm going into it going, well, it's not like it can get a hell of a lot worse.
No, it was already likely a loss going into a almost guaranteed loss, and I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not a big difference.
Look,
Yeah, all right.
I know it seemed like I've been overly harsh on McCarthy. And if anybody's watched our stuff, it would seem like you have overly defended him. But I think I have been overly harsh. You haven't overly defended, but you've defended because I've been overly harsh.
I was gonna say
There,
yes.
there is criticism there, just
Oh,
not as much as
absolutely.
I've been trying to put on him.
Yeah. He's
So,
definitely like, don't get me wrong, he definitely has not been playing well. He hasn't been
no,
playing
there's a
even close to
lot
what
of
I would
growth
a lot of us
there.
expected. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that.
And there are moments where you see him throw and you go, Jesus Christ, why can't you do that all the time?
Yeah, and we've seen flashes.
Yeah.
I need to see more, and I need
Yeah.
to see it all the time, and we're not getting it.
Yeah. That growth has to happen and happen pretty fast at this point because we are a year behind. You really only have next year because after that, guess what?
Contract time.
Contract time, exactly. So you got to show it next year, or you
Yeah,
might be done.
yeah, you might be relegated to backup.
Yeah, exactly.
So I understand the pressure he's under now too.
Yeah, he's under. I was gonna say that's what a lot of people have been saying too. Like, if we even ignore on the field pressure, he's probably had a lot of pressure outside as well, which for a young guy can be fairly. He claims it's not affecting him at times, but let's be honest, there are definitely times you can watch it and go, "This seems like it is actually." I think it is mentally,
I think it is
you know,
getting to him a little
being
bit.
very difficult,
Yeah,
especially when you're like, know you're given a lot of the tools for success and like it still isn't working, right? Like it's just I imagine for him, especially as somebody who won a lot in college, not winning all of a sudden probably feels really weird.
I'm sure it
It can be
does.
mentally, it can mentally fuck you up.
Oh, absolutely. All right. I think we've talked enough about that game.
Yes, I think we can move on.
They did lose 23-6.
Yeah. Like I said, two field goals, and they weren't even good field goals, to
No,
be
they
honest
weren't.
with
And
you.
this did they didn't even have the Packers didn't even have Brandon Jacobs.
No, no.
So
They didn't need him.
no, could have been worse though.
Yeah, it
Um,
could have been worse.
Colts Colts at Chiefs.
Uh,
Colts, you choked this one away.
do the Colts need to fire their defensive coordinator?
I don't know because sometimes they look really good on defense. Other times they look
I know, but the
lost.
past couple of weeks have been really rough as
They've
far as
been
their
really rough.
defenses.
And beyond
Yeah.
that, JT, where the
Uh,
hell were you?
I'm starting to get a theory. Every time they lose, JT has a bad game.
Yep.
I know that they're not overly relying on him, but it still feels like if he can't activate, all of a sudden, like while Daniel Jones can be a competent thrower, they they can obviously defensively scheme around having more of a pass defense then because well JT ain't playing well, so we can do more pass defenses. And then of course the play action passes don't open up as much because well shit we know that you're
We know
probably
JT
faking
isn't
that.
getting anything.
Yeah,
Yep. And bad game for him. Chiefs get what I consider a little bit lucky.
they did. They definitely got lucky.
Um, and they won one. I still don't think they're going to make playoffs.
I mean they could, but it's unlikely. They
Yeah.
haven't. They still haven't been playing well despite everything.
Yeah, they haven't been playing very well at all.
I mean, despite the win, it wasn't. It wasn't a good win.
It
Put
was
it
not
that
a
way.
good win. Honestly, they probably should have lost if the Colts hadn't done everything in their power to give it back to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, Moving down the list, Steelers at Bears. Bears do come out and win this one, and you know what? I think we've seen Caleb fully buy into Ben Johnson's system. Um,
I think so, but I think I still. I'm frustrated watching Caleb because he's very clearly not as good as everyone expected him to be.
hold on, hold on.
Personally,
I have a
now that
thing.
doesn't mean he's bad.
No,
I'm,
I have a thing for this though.
yeah,
So in college, a lot, it was Caleb, you're the most athletic guy on the field on our team. You're the
yeah,
best guy on the field. We want you to sit in shotgun, read the defense, and then throw the ball to the open receiver. Keep everything in front of you. We
yeah.
also, in case you have to, we want you to run the football as well.
No, yeah. I mean, I get it. Yeah,
And that is not what Ben Johnson's system is. Ben Johnson's
no,
system is totally play action based, but you gotta sell it. You
yeah.
need to completely turn your back to the defense and then spin back around and throw, knowing on the timing route that one of those
I
guys
mean,
is
that's
open.
yeah. I mean, that's
So
why
it's a
he was so
totally different
successful
system
in
than
the
what he's been
in the
used to his
Lions.
whole
Yeah.
life.
No, I fully agree. I'm not disagreeing, but even then, I still think if you watch Caleb play, there are still moments where I'm just like, that looks rough. That doesn't look great. Like, I think, as weird as it's gonna say, I think Jared Goff is better for that system.
I
I
agree.
think
Um,
now it doesn't that does that mean Caleb can't mold into that? I don't think so. I think he's got all the potential to be a better version actually than Jared Goff
I
even.
agree.
But there's obviously some mechanics that he's got to
Yeah,
fine tune better.
like I said, give him another couple of. He's bought
Oh
in.
yeah, yeah.
He's bought in, but he hasn't refined the mechanics for it yet.
No, yeah.
Give him
I was
another
just hoping
year or
that
two
this
in that
year,
system. Oh my God, he could be
yeah,
deadly.
this year I was hoping he'd look better. And while he has, it's not the improvement I was hoping to see. But I was correct in the fact. I mean, I was off by a couple weeks, but I was correct that I think the Bears will look good because Ben Johnson will take them into the playoffs kicking and screaming.
Absolutely.
Which is exactly what it looks like is happening, actually.
Absolutely.
Ben Johnson just doing it. No, we are going to playoffs.
Come along! Get on your Sunday best! It's like trying to get a kid to church.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like he's scolding a child. We're going to playoffs, damn it!
Moving down the list, Patriots at Bengals. Patriots come up with another win.
That ended up mostly expected.
Wasn't
to be
even a
honest.
great game by the Patriots, but they still won. And that should
Yeah,
tell you
they
everything
didn't
you
have
need
to
to
play great. No Joe Burrow. No offense
know.
to Joe Flacco, he's just fine.
Jets at Ravens. Jets get absolutely destroyed.
I mean, to be fair, Tyrod Taylor did not play poorly. It's just the Jets team as a whole has a lot of rebuilding to do.
And also, they didn't have the wide receiver. He injured on IR.
Yep.
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 Yep. Ravens win 23-10.
Yep.
Seahawks go into Tennessee and face a very, very feisty Titans team. More fighting them than I've seen all year.
I think. Well, I've been watching, but I've been paying attention. Like this is they've actually come close on a couple other games as well. I think watching what I've seen and everything, I honestly do believe this team is actually not that far away from being really good again. They just need the right coach. Because Cam Ward, if you actually look at his games, most of them actually look pretty good. Like he's getting over 70% completion rates.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting a touchdown or two. He can run. He's not throwing picks that often. Like he does on occasion, but not actually as much as you might think for a rookie. I think he's actually going to be a star if you get a good coach and a good team around him. I
Mm-hmm.
think he could easily pull it off because he's already showing that with a bad roster, he looks pretty decent. Give him a good roster, and I think he'll excel.
Like, I want them to take, if they get the first overall pick this year, which they might.
They still have a chance at it, yeah.
Yeah. They might. And if they do,
The Jets are contending for it along
I
with the
think they
Dolphins.
should. Yeah, I think they should. Well, no, the Jets have won a couple.
Yeah, but the Titans have won two, I think, as
No,
well.
the Titans have won one.
Oh, I thought they won two.
I think they've only won one.
I'm gonna double
I
check,
think
but I
the
could have
Saints
sworn
have
it was
also only won.
two.
Wait, have the Saints won two now?
I'm double checking. Cleveland's won three. Yep, Saints have won two. Jets have won two. Commanders have won three, and the Giants have won two.
Tennessee has won one. They're 1-2.
Tennessee is one. But I'm just saying that other teams are not that far away from them. Like we're talking Giants at two, Las Vegas at two, Jets at two, New Orleans is at two. So I mean,
but
even Cleveland's at
if they get
three.
that first overall
So if
pick,
they
there's
don't
a
win
part of
anymore,
me,
yeah, they might get it. But
yeah, there's a
we'll
part
see.
of me that wonders if they shouldn't trade down though a little bit, and because
Unless there's like a really good like stud wide receiver or running back that they want, or like a lineman or something that's just really studdish. Yeah, I would say trade down a couple spots.
there are a couple of linemen.
I would say maybe
Tackles
trade
that
out
I think
of
they would like. Proctor,
trade out of.
Yoga.
I was gonna say trade out of the top 10. You're likely to still get one of those guys you really want, and then you get more picks later down to get like in the second probably.
That's what I was thinking because you need some secondary help. You could also use a wide receiver somewhere. I mean, if you want to take what Jordan Travis, I think, is the big wide receiver that from Arizona State that everybody's talking about. If you want to take him first overall, you can, but I really think you should trade back.
I would say trade out of the top 10. You're likely to get potentially another.
I don't know if I go all the way out of the top 10, maybe out of the top 5.
I would say top 10 mostly because you might be able to get a first out of it for next year.
Yeah,
along
if you can
with
do that,
some second.
Definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of rebuild to do.
Yeah. But I think actually even next year they'll look even better. And then the year after that, if they get enough trade capital, I mean, we're talking within 2 to 3 years, I think that the Titans will be a good org.
Yes.
But again, the big one is they have to get the right coach.
Because Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah. I mean, and Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold still looks fine.
30-24, they win.
Yep.
Giants at Lions, and the Giants choke away a victory. 34-27. They had this in hand, and then Detroit came back to tie it.
I still say it. If Jackson Dart plays this game, he wins.
It's entirely possible. And then, though, here's the
The
deal:
dude's a winner. He's a stud, man.
Jameer Gibbs is the only reason the Lions won this one.
Yeah, Gibbs played well. Yeah.
Gibbs played very well, and then he had that 60-yard or whatever it was, 64 yards or something straight off the bucket in OT.
Yeah. That was sad to see. You're just like, Giants, you're so close.
You were so close.
You're so, in general, you watch the Giants, you go, you're so close to being good, but you can't quite grasp it.
I think next season they're going to be very good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whoever they hire as a coach, they just keep what's working.
Pretty much.
Another game that went to OT. Jags and Cards. I don't say the Cards choked this away. The Jags tried to choke it away and then won it.
The Jags just managed to pull it away in the OT. Yeah.
Jags tried to choke it away, won in OT. I still don't know what they are.
I don't think they know what they are.
They're 7-4.
Especially when you look at Trevor Lawrence stats and you go 3 interceptions and 3 touchdowns and you go, how are you still throwing this many picks, bro? What the fuck?
You know what it reminds me of, though?
You've been in the league for 4 years.
You know what it reminds me of? The guy that threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions?
Dude, I honestly think he's worse than Jameis at moments. Like, there are games where I'm watching, I'm just like, holy fuck. What the shit is this?
I can't disagree. Browns on the road at Las Vegas, starting Shedeur Sanders for the first time. Mixed bag. I think he looked good, though.
I mean, honestly, they play a harder team, and I don't think they win, but he looked fine against a really shitty Raiders team.
I agree. Myles Garrett with 3 sacks.
By the way, 5 away from the
record. Single-season record.
5 away. Yep. Which, I mean, we're talking 6 games. He's easily going to get it.
He's easily
at this point.
Yeah.
In fact, he's already outpaced Strahan by this amount of games already. He's already outpaced Strahan. So
yep.
You can't say that it wouldn't be warranted because like some people are like, oh, more games. Of course he's going to get it. I hate to be that guy. He's already outpaced Strahan at this point. So even if there was less games, I think he still gets it.
He could get it in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I think he could already get it.
Yeah, if he gets it in the next 2 weeks, that's what? 13 and 14? That's still before... Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't hate what I saw from Sanders, but again, it was the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was definitely throws I looked at and went, bet you wish you could redo that one now. But again, rookie, give him some time. Just like anybody else.
Falcons at Saints, and the Falcons actually came out and obliterated the Saints 24-10.
I mean, it wasn't even because of Kirk Cousins, because I'm not going to lie to you. No. There were definitely... Kirk Cousins did not look great.
No, he did not. It was all Bijan.
Mostly, and even Bijan didn't look super great. Even he didn't have a huge Bijan game. He just had a good Bijan game.
Yeah, and the Saints did not.
It's just the Saints are just bad.
Yeah, they did not look good at all.
No.
Very bad. Now for the team in green that choked away the victory. Eagles, Cowboys. Cowboys come back and win it 24-21 at the Eagles. Or no, it was in Jerry World. My bad.
It was at Jerry World,
It was at Jerry World. And the Cowboys came back to win it at Jerry World.
Home field advantage. I mean, sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works, but also Pickens?
Dude, Pickens, I mean, what was it again? He had 9 catches for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, I think.
Something like that. You just go, huh?
Or I think it was only maybe 1 touchdown, but still, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, okay. And the funny thing is, I'm fairly sure the week before, or it was either the week before or the week before that, he also had another game that was like 8 catches for 140 yards or something. You're just like, what the hell?
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, they don't have CeeDee Lamb. So.
Which A.J. Brown tried to match with 8 for 110 and a touchdown.
Yeah, couldn't quite keep up with Pickens.
No.
Honestly, I feel like he's getting a lot of the spots that typically
would go to Lamb.
And so I'm wondering now if they can actually use both of them in the same type of roles and get a lot of success out of both, but maybe they won't be able to. I don't know. But it's just one of those things you look at it and you just go, man, if both of these guys can hit fire at the right time in the right game, they could be a legitimately great team. But
Yes,
it's all dependent on if they can hit fire at the same time.
that is very true.
And if Dak Prescott isn't getting pressured, because he looks great when he's not pressured. The minute you put
Absolutely.
pressure on him, he
You
looks
put
like
pressure on him,
ass.
and he looks like butt.
You give him time to throw, he looks pretty good typically.
But the Cowboys did end up with a comeback.
Yes.
Nice job. Bucks go to LA to face the Rams and get
Oh.
promptly obliterated.
Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Halftime, Baker had to come out with a shoulder injury. I get it. But he didn't look good before that either. So
No, he did not.
I don't think they were winning this game. Stafford lit them the fuck up.
Stafford obliterated that defense, and then that defense just, there was no running game to go off of. Yeah, no, it was bad. The only touchdown went to Tez.
Which, to be fair,
I started him.
I think, well, I was going to say, I think, honestly, Tez has been a breakout wide receiver for this team. I think he's going to be the next guy after Godwin and come on, who's the other one? Fuck.
Texas A&M. I see him in my face, and I'm not going to remember him now.
I hate it so much because I know it. Fuck. But yes, once they're gone,
they retire, I think it'll be.
I think he'll still be around, and he'll be the number one. Yeah.
No, I think Ibuka will be number one, and Tez will be his running mate.
I don't know. I think I like Tez better than Ibuka, to be honest with you. Personally.
Either way, though, it's still.
I think either way, good. Those are the obvious new 1 and 2.
Those are the obvious new 1 and 2 right there. Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
God damn it, Chris Godwin and blank. Ah. Fuck. You have no idea how much this bothers me because I'm typically really good at remembering their names, and for whatever reason, it's like right there, and it's nope, it's not coming. Fuck me, dude. I'm too lazy to look it up. I could look it up, but I'm just too. Oh god, my brain keeps saying Antonio Brown, but it's not fucking Antonio Brown.
No, it is not Antonio goddamn Brown.
Yeah, that's gonna piss me off. I don't know. At some point, it'll come to me, or I'll hear the name and go, "Fuck that one!" Yes.
But yeah. Anyway.
Mike Evans, Jesus Christ.
Thank you. I was going to say Matt Jefferson for some reason.
But yes, when those two are gone, we have already the next two in line.
So their loss gave a chance to the Carolina Panthers on Monday night to take over the NFC South. And instead, the Panthers came out, went to San Francisco, and came home with a gold bar stuffed up their butt.
To be fair, I don't think the Panthers necessarily played poorly. They just didn't play well either.
That game was literally, as we mentioned earlier, I don't know if this was on camera or if this was beforehand, but hey, look, an interception. Hey, look, a fumble. Hey, look, an interception. Hey, look, another interception.
I'll still say, though, Tet McMillan looks like a real wide receiver for him, though. Tet, I think, is
he
a great pickup.
So he didn't at first because he had on black gloves. And they changed. Yeah. He changed over to the white gloves and suddenly started catching things.
Hilarious! It was the gloves!
Funny. It was the gloves!
But you know, all athletes are very superstitious. Yes. Like, if they miss a few passes with their gloves, I promise you, almost all of them will swap them out probably.
A guy I served with in the Army, he was normally a very good runner. He ran very fast. But he could only do it if he wore black socks. And you can't wear black socks with your PT uniform. So he always
struggled. So he couldn't run fast.
Not for his PT test and not on scripted PT with the military. But if you caught him If you caught him out in his civilian clothes, wearing his black socks, the dude was moving. I don't get it. Never got it, but okay.
Hey, the mind is a very powerful thing.
It is. All right. Game balls.
Sure.
Uh, I'll go ahead and start this week. Miles Garrett, game ball.
That's fair. To be fair, easy for him. um, Matt Stafford. I'll give you a game ball. Why not?
Totally fair on that one. Jameer Gibbs, game ball.
You know what I'm doing then? George Pickens. Here's another one.
Another wide receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba, game ball.
And I know this is gonna sound weird, but we've already talked about it, or I've already made my feelings known on it, and I think it's fair. I think I'm gonna give a game ball to Cam Ward. Despite that team, he still put up good numbers.
I'm not going to say that you're wrong for that. I am not going to say that you're wrong for that. But let's have some people hit the showers.
Yeah.
You can start.
Again, this is gonna sound a little weird, but I made my feelings known earlier. Trevor Lawrence, dude, 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. I promise you, in most games, you'd lose that. Don't stop. You gotta stop throwing picks. You just gotta stop it.
In the same vein, Brock Purdy. You cannot be throwing 3 interceptions in the playoffs and expecting to win.
No. Get out of here, you. JT, I'm doing it again. Every time you have a bad game, I'm just gonna keep throwing you in the
I
showers.
had him on my list too. This week I am going to say McCarthy. Come on, man. 78 yards.
You bitch. I was actually on my list.
JJ McCarthy, go hit the showers.
I'm gonna do a rare one that I haven't brought up we haven't talked about in forever, but I think it's worth noting. Adam Thielen, you've been playing like dog poop. You have bricks for hands. Have you seen how many drop passes he
Oh
had?
yeah, all the time. And like, what the fuck, dude?
He used to be sure hands who can't now catch the football. I have to be blunt. I think I gotta put you in the showers, man.
Maybe it's time to retire, dude.
Maybe it's time to retire. You got brick for hands, bro.
You know what? Josh Allen. Sorry, bro. That was a shit game.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
All right.
That's 3. I was gonna say I got 3.
That's 3. Infernos.
All right.
I'll get started.
I can start. Week. Oh, you want to start? Okay, you go ahead.
You can start if you want.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles.
Fair.
You're in the 6th circle. Fucking goddamn.
6.
Man.
Okay, that's a little higher than I expected based on how they started, but I guess I get it.
You started really well, and now you're just collapsing like fucking. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to put the Bills at 3. I'm not specifically picking Sean McDermott because I could, but I think in general, everything about that team is just kind of frustrating to watch when Josh Allen's not playing well, which makes me think that there's got to be. I can't put all of the blame on Sean McDermott because the players also play on the field, but like, especially some of the teams they have. I mean, is it Joey Bosa or is it the other one? One of the Bosa brothers. Like, just hasn't been. He just hasn't been looking good since he's gone to the Bills. Yeah, Joey. So Joey has not been looking good since like he's been to the Bills. He had one good game, and then I think he recently got. Did he get suspended about having a fight with somebody or whatever? I don't remember. Either way, it's just like I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, okay, as an org, I'm starting to get frustrated. And while it's easy to pinpoint Sean McDermott as a scapegoat, I don't think it's just on him, and so that's why I'm putting the Bills at 3. It's frustrating.
Down to the 7th. Whoever the fuck the Eagles offensive coordinator is, because I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but whatever you're doing isn't working.
Didn't they fire him recently to get a new one?
I don't know.
The other guy, or did they never fire the original one? I don't know.
I don't know. But this is not the same team that won a Super Bowl.
No. I'm putting the Giants front office at 4. Because quite frankly, I still think the firing of their head coach was incorrect. I think the coordinators, yeah. But I still do not agree with removing Dable. I think Dable was going to be able to take what team they had into being a good one next year. and they didn't allow him to. And I still think that's a mistake based upon everything I've watched. Because removing him has not changed your problems.
Um, Raiders management slash ownership. You're down in the eighth, and yes, that includes you, Tom Brady. You weird dog obsessed individual. Look, I like
I
dogs.
mean,
I like dogs. I just don't want the same one every single year or week or every single time one of them dies. I don't need to clone it and get a new
I
one
was gonna
back.
say we're gonna have to go a couple years, but at least come
Yeah,
on now.
you know what I mean. You're
Clones his dog every week, has 80 dogs. They're all the same one.
you're down to the eighth because like you're fucking. I don't know what you're doing. You fired the special teams coordinator. You fired the offensive coordinator after you paid him the most money for any offensive coordinator ever. He broke the bank on that. And
To be fair, he hasn't looked great. I
no,
don't know
he
why.
hasn't. And I don't think he was
So I
going to
get it.
look great with Carroll. And I don't know that Carroll was allowed to build his own staff.
I have no idea.
And that's the
Granted, when
problem.
you have Carol have two of his family members on there, you're kind of like, definitely
Maybe
has
I
some
don't.
hand in it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Um, Now, I will also put the Raiders in the seventh circle. I'm not going to be quite as harsh because I think that this team has redeeming qualities to it, but they really have to shore up on okay, who's the actual boss? Who calls the shots? Because clearly, when you have too many people, it's kind of like having too many people in a kitchen. That's
Yep.
what it feels like the Raiders are right now. There is too many people in the kitchen trying to cook, and they're not talking to each other.
Too many
So
Chiefs.
somebody
Too
has
many
to take
Chiefs.
the Yep, somebody has to take the lead and go, I am the guy. You guys can all else have a voice, but you have to go through me. I make the final end results. Because the GM feels like he's doing something, then Pete Carroll's doing something differently, and Tom Brady is doing something differently than even the rest of ownership, which is
Mark Davis.
whatever his name is. Yeah, Mark Davis. Like, at some point, somebody has to go, no, I am the final voice of say. Everybody has to go through me now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's why I'm putting him in the seventh because I think it can be pulled back. I think this team has redeeming qualities. They just need one leader, not five.
Alrighty. Hot potatoes?
Potatoes.
Potatoes. You may start, sir.
So I cooked up a couple of spicy boys. None of them are actually not spicy in my opinion. They all have varyings of spice. So I'll start with the one that I feel is maybe the least spicy because it's something we've already talked about. So I'm just going to say it. Maybe, just maybe, the Giants are front runners in their division next year.
Provided that addendum that they don't have injuries to their key players, yes. You can't have it
That's fair.
Dart get injured. You can't have Scattaboo get
No,
injured. You
Sky
can't
Blue's
have
got yeah, they
Neighbors
got
get
to come
injured.
back. Yeah,
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 that
and neighbors.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, I just forgot. I completely forgot neighbors hasn't played in fucking forever.
Yeah,
Jesus.
he's missed. He missed over 3/4 of the season, I think.
Yeah, yeah, he's already has. I don't think he's back yet. Actually,
No, he won't be. I think he's
yeah,
out the whole season.
I think he's gonna be out the whole season. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Wild.
I've got an easy one here. I'm going to pitch you a softball, and I'm pretty sure you're going to take this wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Maybe, maybe the MVP is just Matt Stafford's to lose at this point.
Honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to completely eat that. Not because I don't think he's not in the running, but there's so many players that have been popping off and playing really well, where it's actually kind of hard to like Miles Garrett. I mean, arguably, if he gets the record, you could be like, dude, he's got to at least be on the ballot, right? Like, so I mean, there's enough players where you're just like, damn, they're playing really well in general. Or like, I don't know. I would like Sam Darnold for a while was in that discussion, right? And I still think he's probably in that discussion to some degree. Come on, stop screaming in the mic. So I mean, I'll do this, but I'll say he's definitely a front runner with the other two that I've mentioned already. But I think those are currently my top three front runners at the moment.
Okay.
Um, All right. I'm trying to decide which one's spicier. I think they're both almost equally spicy for different reasons. So I'm just gonna do the first one. I'm calling my shot. I'm calling it now. Maybe the Rams win the Super Bowl this year. I'm calling it now.
You know what? That's not super far fetched. They have been playing some goddamn great football. Um,
Hmm.
they're killing everybody they come up against right now. They haven't stumbled since earlier this season. Stafford looks fully healthy and is just shredding the league. Puka and Adams are absolute
Oh yeah, I
terrors.
was gonna say Adams has like had a rejuvenation based upon what we saw
Oh,
last year.
absolutely.
He's looked great this year.
Looked great this year. I'm not going to say that's far fetched. I'll eat that.
Yeah, all right.
That's an entire possibility. In fact, I think the Super Bowl could be Rams Patriots.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rams Patriots makes a lot of sense right now to me.
Yep. Yep. All right, this one's a little spicy. And, all right, I'm going into this saying I know it's his first season, but I have some justifications here.
Okay.
So hear it all the way out first. Maybe, maybe 78-year-old Pete Carroll was the wrong choice for the Raiders. He's 78. He's only got a couple of years left in him. They're nowhere near contention. I don't know what they were thinking bringing him in. It's the wrong choice.
Um, I don't know if I'll say wrong choice because again, I don't know how much we can blame Pete Carroll for everything that's going on, obviously. But I think Pete Carroll's the type of coach that will coach until he dies. So 78 sounds. Did something just disconnect?
No.
Can you talk real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I had something that popped up like it disconnected for a second. Anyways, um, and I thought it might have been my headphones for a second. Anyways, um, so at 78, I think he's theoretically speaking got at least a decade before he's probably dead. So, so I don't think it's too early. That guy's gonna keep coaching until he literally cannot move no more. And to be fair, he does keep himself in relatively good shape in comparison to most people his age. So, he could at least have 3, 4 more years on him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could see him coaching at 83. I could totally see it. He loves football too much. He can't stay away.
Okay.
Um.
Give me the spicy one.
All right. All right. I'll give you. I'll just. I want to make it clear. This one is loaded up with just straight up hot sauce. Just straight up hot sauce. In fact, it's almost like I'm throwing you a habanero pepper rather than an actual potato. Maybe, just maybe, Brosmer can take the job from JJ?
The chances are so minuscule. So minuscule. But
Like I said, I'm throwing
the
basically a
system
pepper.
that the University of Minnesota runs is very
It is
similar
a pro style,
to
to be
what the
fair.
Vikings run.
Yeah,
And
it was a pro style.
Brosmer is not as mobile as JJ, but
He's fairly mobile, actually.
he can spin the shit out of it.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
can throw the
He's got
football.
a good throw. Yeah, he's got a good
Yeah.
throw.
The question is all up here. What's his
Yeah.
decision making like? And until we see that, I can't say. So I'm gonna
I mean,
pass
I
on
mean,
this.
I mean, to be fair, the one reason I wanted to bring it up is because if you look at his history, all the way through from high school to college, rather than if you look at JJ's, like for example, high school to college, he was touted as being one of the best. He was great. He won everything and he was fantastic. But you look at Brosmer and he had to struggle to get to a good high school team. And then he had to struggle through college, but he would always find success.
Yeah,
And he
and
would so he's
he
already
because
had that adversity and having to come overcome that
he played for
adversity.
the New Hampshire Blue Hens
Yeah.
before transferring to the Minnesota for his final
Yeah.
year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about somebody who's had to battle adversity already? I mean, you could argue that that's actually helped his mental ability
Didn't
because
even
he's
get
already had to
drafted.
fight
Had to sign
adversity.
as a UDFA.
Yeah.
Look,
So I mean, arguably,
I'm not saying it's
mentality-wise,
impossible.
Yeah.
Not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that for right
It's
now,
just
I'm going to pass.
incredibly unlikely.
I'm going to pass on it. But it would be the most Minnesota thing ever if Kevin O'Connell could get the most out of Max Brosmer and they missed on the
Somehow can't get out of
number
JJ for
9 or
whatever
whatever he
reason.
was, number 11 overall pick, J.J. McCarthy.
I think he was honestly. I think he was 9. No, I think he was 10. I think he
10
was
or
10
11,
actually,
somewhere in there.
because I think Penix came at 11, and I JJ
I
was
know
picked right before
Penix
that.
came at like 7 or 8.
No, hold on. I'm actually curious because I know there was, or was it
Because Knicks was after him.
the Broncos Knicks that came right after him,
Knicks
right?
came right after him at like 13 or something. And I think we
Yeah,
traded
hold
up
on.
one spot. I think it was 10.
Yeah, because I think we were at 11, and
I
then
think we were at 11 and
um,
we traded up one spot to get him.
let me see here.
I think it was with the Jets or something.
10th. Yeah, he was 10th overall.
I think it was to trade with the
Then,
Jets.
yep, he was 10th overall, and right after him was Knicks at 11.
No, I think
No,
Knicks was
hold
like
on.
13.
No, it was Penix was 8. After him was actually Olu.
Yep.
Hold on.
Olufashanu.
Yeah, and Knicks was at 12, so it was
12 or
Olu
13.
and then
I
Knicks.
knew I was right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And the only reason actually they moved is because um,
There were rumors the Broncos
we
were going to
traded
move
with the
up.
Jets, and the Jets went down
There were
for.
rumors the Broncos
Yeah,
were trying to trade up with the Jets to get McCarthy.
yep, yep. And the Jets just took one down and took Olu instead because they were always going to take Olu.
Yep. So my
So.
last one here, speaking of McCarthy, maybe everyone just needs to ease the fuck up on J.J. McCarthy.
I mean, feels like you've done some self-reflection here, sir.
Maybe a little bit. This might be a mea culpa.
I do agree. I do think that people do need to ease up, but I do think that doesn't mean he is free from criticism. I
Oh
need to
no,
make
I'm
that
not
very
saying
clear.
he should be free from criticism. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
that's what I'm saying.
back off a little
I'm
bit.
trying to make it look like I'm not overly defending. I want to make it very clear. I think he's played like butt, and I think he has earned his fair share of criticism. But I don't think laying all of the criticism on him is the correct thing to do either.
I
So I
agree.
think there's a good in between. I think actually, honestly, if I was going to lay blame as to someone who deserves most of the criticism, I would say it's actually our coach. I think it's his job to have everyone prepared, and he has been failing to
No,
do
I
so.
think if something's going on in that locker room, something ain't right, and they need to fix it.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty. Power rankings, and then we'll wrap up. Oh, power rankings.
Sure.
Power rankings next week, and then we'll wrap up.
Power rankings for this week. What do you mean?
Yeah, power rankings then next week, and then we'll wrap up.
Oh, talking about next week. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Alrighty.
Brain. When you said that, I was like, "What do you mean by next week? What the fuck are you talking about?"
So, I will start at number 10. Number 10. I have the Buffalo Bills. You guys are just barely.
You're nice.
Barely hanging on to a spot in the top 10.
You're nice. I threw them the fuck off my list.
I almost did, but I'm not yet. You lose another one, you're off the list.
At number 10, a team that has been playing well in the back half due to finally having their quarterback, the Baltimore Ravens. I'm putting you at 10.
I almost put them over the Bills. Almost.
I've already did it. I'm
This
tired
close.
of the Bills.
This
I'm already
close.
tired
They'd
of
be
it.
number 11. At number 9, a team that just hopscotches on and off this list and has all season long. They're back again. It's the San Francisco 49ers.
That's fair. That's fair. At 9, I've done something also with a team that's been on my list and off my list. It's the Green Bay Packers. I think they've been playing pretty well. They still barely win games, but they smacked the shit out of us. So fair enough. You're at 9.
At number 8, you're only on here because I still think you're going to make the playoffs and win your division. It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I have them on my list, but they're not here. At 8, I actually put the 49ers. I think they've impressed me. They've been winning games despite looking like poop sometimes, but they still have the adversity to win games, and I think that's worth noting.
Number 7, the Detroit Lions. Look, I don't know how to say this, but sometimes I feel like you're old Detroit, and sometimes I feel like you're new Detroit, and I don't know which one you are from week to week.
That's fair. Um, at 7, I put the Lions as well. I'm pretty much in agreement. Even honestly, they probably didn't deserve that to win that game, which is also why I don't
Yeah,
really want to. I moved them up only just because I had new guys that I brought up that I didn't feel justified jumping quite yet. But the 49ers, I feel like will jump up my list pretty quick if they keep winning games.
I agree. At number 6, I have the Seahawks. Look, you guys are still really, really good. I'm not going to justify putting you over some of these other teams right now, especially considering the strength of your division. I wish I could. I really wish I could. And I might, depending on what happens.
Uh, I'm actually gonna make, I think, a quick change to my list.
Okay. Did,
At
did you forget to put the
6,
Seahawks on?
no, I was debating on if I wanted to have them over this team or not, or if knocking off this team would not feel fair yet. But I am kind of disappointed in how they've been playing, so I'm gonna knock them off for now. They technically could take the Ravens spot, but I'm gonna.
Stick with
I
what you
don't
said.
want. Yeah, you could argue they should actually take the Ravens spot, but I'm not going to do that just because I think that choke was so fucking bad. So at 6, I'm going to put the Seahawks rather than the Eagles. I think I'm taking the Eagles off my list for this week.
Fair
Prove to
enough.
me that you actually deserve to be back on my list.
Fair enough. Number 5, the Bears. If you'd have told me at the beginning of the season that I'd have the Bears in my top 10 by the end of the season, I'd have laughed in your face.
I agree because I also have the Bears at 5. Uh, they still keep winning games, and again, it's all Johnson. It's 100% Ben Johnson.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Number 4, I have the Colts. Look, you lost to the Chiefs, but you did take it to overtime. And you're still
Hmm.
playing way better than anybody expected. But I feel
I
like you're
agree.
starting to come apart, so you may slide down this list a little bit until you
I
prove to me
agree.
that you're back on top.
Yeah, I agree. I have Colts at 4. If they lose another game where they like barely win it, you're going to drop down my list pretty fast, actually.
Yeah.
After a certain while, I have to be honest and just go, for whatever reason, you are losing the touch you started with.
Mm-hmm. Number 3, a team that did not play this week, and so they are idle. It is the Broncos. Love you guys, but they're just two teams that I think are better than you right now.
Um, I debated upon doing what you did there, but I'm actually going to put the Rams at 3 just because I don't want to move the Broncos since I haven't been able to see them play. But I think there's a good chance that we'll swap. I'm just holding off because I want to really make sure I'm committed to doing that because to me the top 5 are like for me anyways like almost like a you really have to push it to really push up the list at this point.
I was way
And I
nicer to
think
them
the
than you were.
Broncos I just think I need to see a little bit more of the Broncos. And to be fair, I was also more nice to them than you have been. So I really want to see another game before I decide to throw the Rams over them. But based on how this week goes, that could change.
At number 2, I have the Patriots. Yeah, you won.
Jesus. Oh, you put the Rams at 1?
I
I get it, but
absolutely
damn.
fucking did. They've
Damn.
to me they've been more impressive. They are 9-2 compared to the 10-2 of the Patriots, but that's because they've had a bye and the Patriots have not.
Yeah, the Patriots have it, yeah.
Otherwise, might have the same record. And recently, the Patriots games have been winning like 26-20, stuff like that. Whereas the Rams have been like,
Yeah.
bonk, we win, crush you. I just think
I mean, I get
currently,
it.
I think the Rams might be the best team in the NFL.
Maybe. I mean, I would say if you were to argue NFC, I would say yeah. I don't know if best in the NFL right now. So I got so did obviously we've already revealed it. I got Broncos at 2. My 1 is Patriots. You did we swapped around the Rams basically. Um I think the Patriots still hold on despite that. Like I think teams that can still win despite going up against tough teams is important, and all 3 of these teams can do that. So honestly, I think any order of these top 3 is completely fair,
Yes.
to be honest. I think
Yes.
it's completely fair. We just have slight disagreements on like what we prefer to see out of our top teams, but that's not
Yeah, no,
necessarily
we
wrong or
have all
correct
the
in
same
either way.
teams in the top three. It's just a matter
Yeah.
of how you organize them.
Yep. It's preference at that point.
Yep, 100%.
And I just didn't want to move the Broncos because I didn't get a chance to watch them, and I didn't feel it was fair to move them yet. Granted, like I said, based upon the results of this week, things could get shoveled around. Maybe the Rams will end up at 1 and Patriots 2 and Broncos 3, but it just all depends on how this week goes.
It absolutely does depend on how this week goes. Now, speaking of this week, starting with Thanksgiving. You ready?
No.
Packers at Lions.
Honestly, I have no idea because the Lions are so up and down.
So are the
And the
Packers.
Packers are also, I was going to say, and so are the Packers. Um, in fact, they're like right next to each other on my rankings, which makes a lot of sense. Or near each other, anyways. I think it's off by like 1. So I'll give it to the Lions. I think they are a slightly better team right now, and we do know, confirmed, that Jordan Love has been playing through an injury. So
You know
that is
what? I'll
something to
give it
note.
to the Packers because it looks like Jacobs will be back.
True.
Josh Jacobs will be back next week.
It doesn't help much when apparently Jordan Love's handing off in a weird way because he can't use his other arm.
No idea, but I'll still take the Packers. Chiefs at Cowboys.
Ew. Ew. This is another one of those games I really don't care. I probably won't even watch this game. Um, Actually, no, it's Thanksgiving. It'll probably get turned on because my dad's side of the family loves football, no matter who's playing. Which is fair, I guess. Ah, honestly, I think I'm gonna lean Chiefs, but not by much.
You know what? I'll take the Cowboys again, especially if Pickens can have another one of those games.
True, that's fair.
Uh, then the final game of the night, Bengals with Joe Burrow at Ravens.
Let's go, Bengals! I have to do it, even though I think the Ravens are likely gonna win. But I'm going with Joe Burrow.
I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Don't get me
Uh,
wrong. I think the odds are definitely in the Ravens' favor, but I just can't help myself.
the Black Friday game, Bears at Eagles.
Fuck it. I'll pick the Bears. Why not?
You know what? I'm going with you on that.
Feels wrong, but I'm doing it.
All right, Sunday's games. Vikings at Seahawks.
Listen, I'm done drinking the Kool-Aid. The Seahawks are gonna win this game.
Oh yeah, the Seahawks should murder the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Niners at Browns.
I think it'll be close just because I think the Browns defense is just so stout and going to put a lot of pressure, but I don't think that offense is going to be to cook up enough. So I think the 49ers will end up with the win, but I think it'll be a close, low-scoring game, honestly.
It could be, and I'll go with you on that. I think the Niners are going to win that one. Jags at Titans.
You know, it's going to be weird, but I think the Titans are actually playing better than the Jags right now.
You know what? I'll take the Jags because fuck it, why not?
Dude, yeah. I mean, the Jags are so frustrating to watch.
Texans at Colts. And CJ Stroud.
See, that'll be a good game.
CJ Stroud should be back.
I was going to say, that'll be a good game if CJ Stroud is back, and even if he's not. General Mills has been playing pretty well, actually.
And that defense for Texas is really good.
They're starting to come alive finally. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that'll be a good game because they're clearly the favorites, I think, right now. Um I think I think I will go Titans only because it's rare to see JT have 2 back-to-back bad games. And so I think he's going to be running angry, which could be a big difference in this game.
So you're going to go Colts?
I'm going to go Colts. Sorry, not Titans. Yeah, Colts. I did say Titans early, but that's why I thought
you know what? I'll take the Texans because I think the defense is just a little too good.
That's fair.
Stinker of the week, Saints at Fins.
Yeah, the Finns are playing better, so fuck it. I guess we'll go Finns.
I'll take Saints again. Why not?
One of these days you'll hit on it.
One of these days I'll hit again on it. Falcons at Jets. I think we all know who's going to win that one.
Probably Falcons, despite the fact that they're not looking great right now.
Rams at Panthers.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Panthers. I enjoy watching them, but I don't think they stand much of a chance against the Rams.
Cards at Bucks.
It honestly depends if Baker plays or not. If they have to rely on Teddy, I think the Cards win, actually. So I'm gonna go Cards.
I'll take the Bucks. Raiders at Chargers.
Chargers, the Raiders are just I think they're done.
Their ass.
Yep.
Bills at Steelers.
It would be really weird to see the Bills have back-to-back bad games. So I am gonna pick the Bills because they rarely do have bad back-to-back
I
games,
will
but it
take
does
the
happen.
Steelers because anything can happen, and the Bills have been weird.
Also, do we know if Aaron Rodgers is gonna be back?
No idea.
Okay.
You know what? No, thinking on that, we don't know. I'm going to take the Bills just because without Rodgers, I don't trust Rudolph.
I mean, he actually looked okay, but yeah.
Yeah. Broncos at Commanders.
I mean, I am going to take Broncos right now until Jaden comes back. I think
Yeah,
that team is kind of
100%.
cooked.
And then we finish everything off with Giants at Patriots.
Listen, I love the Giants when they have Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterbu. I don't love the Giants when they don't have those players. So I think you know where I'm leaning.
I think we're all leaning the same place.
Yep, Patriots.
All righty. That's everything. Got nothing more for you this week. Like I said, no NHL power rankings this week. Look, come back next week, same time, same channel. Well, maybe not the same time. Where these come up so randomly these days. It depends when I get them edited around all my schoolwork,
Depends on when I have the time when I'm not working.
and it depends when we can record them. But same channel. We will be here. We will keep covering the football and everything else.
Really? Really? Did you just poop on my desk?
He's mad at you.
At least it wasn't the microphone, I guess. That's easy to clean on my desk, but still, come on, really?
So if you do like what we do, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that what we do is meaningful in some way. And we believe in you. So long as you believe in you, put your mind to it. We know you can get yourself through it. We'll be back next week. Till then, stay bearded. Peace out.